4 mics are hot. 3, 2, 1. Hello.
I always get nervous when you guys talk about the mics.
Here we are. Yeah, I want to give a little heads up.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It's Friday.
Should get a box of donuts today. Maybe next week.
There's still time.
Yeah.
Woo!
Right
Zooming out.
Dunkin's?
There we go.
All right,
Happy
fellas.
Friday, everyone.
I wish there was like a good donut shop right now.
Yeah, everything's good. I just wanted to get Mike in the frame a little bit.
John,
more.
is this your courtesy 10 minutes right now?
Hey, are there any good donut shops around here?
Oh,
Not that I know.
Gourmet Donuts. Didn't you guys
That's
used to
Littleton,
get coffee
right?
there all the time a few months ago? Gourmet Donuts. Sophie used to get like the big ass styrofoam cup. I think that's where it was from.
Oh yeah,
Check it out.
That's got
Gourmet
gourmet donuts written all over.
Yeah,
it.
they do this.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday. It is the week before Santa comes. What the hell are you doing? Before Santa comes to town. So, big week coming up.
Yep.
So let's end this off right. Make sure you like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. And what we got? Episode 238? 338.
332.
Wow. 332.
Nailed it.
You were close. You were
nailed it.
330.
You were just throwing numbers at a wall. Hopefully one of them.
You know what? It'd be just easier if we just made it 235.
Yeah.
We should just
bring
keep it
back.
235. That was the best
So-
episode.
Today's our last day without Nut. Nut will be back on Monday. So I know you know the viewers are excited about seeing that. Fucking it'll be browner than a fucking burnt raisin.
If any of you are excited, let us know.
Yeah.
I doubt any of you are.
No comment.
All right, Doctor,
All right.
take this shit away, would you?
All right, so like every Friday, we're going to start this off talking about last night's game. Chiefs-Chargers. Chiefs
baby.
won 34-28 in overtime. This was a very, very good game. All right, I'll give you a hollow with the topic that you might be interested in. So it was pretty close the entire game. I mean, the Chargers were up 4 at halftime, and then Kansas City they only scored 3 the third quarter. Chargers didn't score, so it was a 1-point game for a while. Chiefs, I think, was it a 2-point conversion they got in the fourth or something like that? Okay, so that's how they tied it. Went to overtime. They won by 6. Pat Mahomes had 410 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 terrible interception.
And he really didn't look that good until the fourth quarter.
Dude, that 4th down pass, I think it was in the second quarter. They were on the goal line or whatever it was, and he literally just threw he just floated up and it just didn't go anywhere. So he had the 410 yards, but you're right, he didn't really look like he threw. It didn't look like he had as great of a game
They
as it
ain't the
looks like.
clear-cut favorite in the AFC, man.
No, I mean they are looking very good right now, but I think there's still a competition at
If
the
they
top
played
in
the
the
Patriots
AFC.
last night, Patriots would have won that game.
Hey, we'll see. I'm excited to see.
I'd love them to
when
play
these
them in the
teams
playoffs.
eventual matchup. I think that would be an amazing playoff matchup.
Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce were unbelievable.
Yeah,
last
so I'm
night.
going up against Tyreek in the losers bracket in fantasy.
12 for 148.
Yeah,
And a tutty.
12 for 148 touchdown. Travis Kelce had 10 catches, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a 69-yard catch.
Nice.
Was it a touchdown? I think it was just a catch.
Nice.
And then he had the touchdown to win the game in overtime, which was an unreal play. He just bulldozed through everyone. Who else played well?
I don't have my phone on me.
I mean, when both those, when Hill and Kelce go off for over 300 combined yards, you're not going to win the game.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
we've
just not
talked
gonna do
about
it.
this. Johnny said it. Like, they're taught, like, when those 3 guys, like, when they're on, they're most likely going to win the game. When you were playing, like, the way you are, I mean, it was close, but they had that game the entire way. I even said to you, even when the Chargers were up in the first second, I was like, the Chiefs are still going to win this game.
Yep.
They're the Chiefs. But on the other side of things, the Chargers, Justin Herbert had 236 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Austin Eckler was limited last night. Actually, Justin Jackson had more carries than him, but Eckler had a touchdown. Keenan Allen had 6 catches, 78 yards, touchdown. Mike Williams, I think he got hurt last night. Speaking of getting hurt,
Hey.
did you guys see what happened in the first minute of the game? Nick, I'm
Yeah.
assuming you didn't. The look
No.
you're giving me? Okay,
So
so
Parham.
I'm gonna guess this has something to do with Justin Herbert, right?
no.
No.
So Darnold Parham Jr., the tight end on the Chargers. This was a minute and a half into the game. They go for it's a 4th down. They go for the touchdown in the end zone, dive and catch, doesn't catch it, and they go to zoom in on him, and this guy is lying there, arms straight up, eyes shut, frozen. This guy was knocked out cold. It seemed like.
And it's
Then-
like, he didn't even, like, he hit his head.
So you saw the
but-
replay. Initially, you didn't think anything.
Yeah.
I just thought, oh, wow, he just dropped an easy pass. But you
Yeah.
watch the replay. He's on the side. It looked. He hit his head on the turf, but it didn't look that bad. But
it was a very
He hit his head on the turf, but it didn't look that bad.
it was a very scary.
those
freakish
non-contacts, bro, are like the scariest type of injuries.
thing. And he was frozen like this, like shaking on the way out.
Frozen.
Did you hear what Joe Buck
Yeah.
said?
So
What are we doing, Joe Buck?
So they're stretching him out, and while they're stretching him out, you could see his arms, like his hands, were shaking, like this on the stretcher. It looked like he was having a seizure.
Yeah.
That honest to God, like watching it live, that was one of the scariest injuries I have ever seen in my life in any sports game. Just because you like brain injury, a spine injury, like that guy. I mean, I pray to God not, but he could have been paralyzed.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it seemed like. So that happens. That happened first minute and a half. They had to play an entire football game after that. Second quarter comes along. Joe Buck. They keep showing the replay. They keep talking about it for whatever reason. Joe Buck goes on saying, you don't want to see a head injury. You hate seeing, him shaking. That's a scary sight. But I'd like to point out that it is a little chilly here in LA, so we're hoping that that's the reason why. You
what
don't
are we
say
doing?
They
that.
must have fucking absolutely roasted him on
He's
Fox.
still trending on Twitter because
what
of
are we
people are
doing, Joe Buck?
talking about him, dude.
They
You
must
can't-
have. Wasn't the game in L.A.?
Yeah, he goes.
It's chilly in LA. What is it, 50, 60
He
degrees?
goes. It's good to know, or you have to note that on the field, on field level right now, it's not a normal LA night. It's a little more chilly than usual.
Bro,
It's
that
like,
guy
dude,
was not.
that guy was having like a seizure.
The guy
on
was
the
not
thing.
shaking because it was cold in LA. The guy was shaking
What?
because he just had a brain injury, and
What a-
God knows what was going on there.
One of the wildest comments I've ever
I
heard.
couldn't like.
But I hope that guy's all right. And,
Yeah, I do too. I mean, that was again one of the scariest things I've seen. Just the hope is that it's just a concussion.
yeah.
That's like
just a
best
freak
case scenario.
thing. Yeah.
And I guess Johnny was telling me that the way he was reacting to shaking stuff, that you see that in like MMA combat fighting a lot. I guess it's a typical thing that happens when you hit your head really hard or you get your head bashed in an MMA. So hopefully that's just what it is,
Yeah.
and he'll be fine. But he's still in the hospital. He got brain tests, spine tests, all these things. So just hopefully he's good, because
T's
that
and
was
P's,
terrifying. Yeah. So that was the game. Chiefs won by 6 in overtime. The Chargers are now 8-6. I want to look at the standings really quick and see
One
if
of
anything's-
Jordan feels this morning, pancake eating motherfucker.
Is he a big pancake eater?
Maybe. I don't know. He's definitely a drinker.
Dude. Dude, this AFC, there are 10 teams right now that are. You got 5 teams that are 7-6.
Yeah.
And then you got the Chargers and Ravens. The Chargers are 8-6. Ravens are playing Sunday, so we'll see what their record is. But this is going to be very close. This is going to be a very close race to see who gets what seed. The only thing locked up, I think, are the top 2. I think Pats and Chiefs are going to get 1 and 2, and you can interchange who's going to get what.
Yep.
Chiefs are number 1 right now, technically, because they have the 10-4. Pats 9-4.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a great game, all considering with everything that happened, and yeah, and we got football tomorrow. We'll get into that later, but
Patriots tomorrow, fucking go!
I'm hyped they're on tomorrow night,
Fucking
not
go!
Sunday. A Saturday night football game? Come on now.
Hype.
But all right, speaking of, we're going to kind of shy away from football, but stay on the topic of Kansas City and Pat Mahomes. I don't know if you guys have seen, Mike has. So a Kansas City bar.
Just about his brother.
Yeah, downtown
I
Kansas
fucking
City.
can't stand his brother.
His
I didn't read the
brother,
article.
his brother sucks, man. Like, I mean, he went to this
Well,
bar.
he has
this-
all of his fame because of Patrick Mahomes.
yeah, literally. This bar, very small bar in downtown Kansas City. Jackson Mahomes, excuse me, goes in with a large group of people, and
Jackass Mahomes.
they turned him away. We don't have room. You didn't have a reservation, and because of that, Jackson Mahomes just put that entire bar on blast on social media, just bashed them, saying they were terrible, how, they weren't treating us right, like just bunch of bullshit, right? So then this bar goes on Twitter and puts out the best apology ever.
Please read this.
If you guys will allow me to read this,
yes,
I would
please.
love to read this to you guys.
Dante, use your journaling skills and please read
It's
this.
Thank you
awesome.
very much. So it's time to have a talk. And today we are experiencing a lot of activity over social media regarding a recent visit paid to us by an unhappy guest. This person happens to have a lot of followers on social media, and therefore it is something that we cannot ignore. Voice, reach, and influence are power in our case, and with many businesses that are locally owned, the power of a few social media personalities can make or break that business. This grants these people this certain power to affect our livelihoods. There are those who have built their influence on being responsible, informed, positive, sincere. Then there are those who have built their followings by being the opposite. That being said, we have some apologies to make. Dear @Jackson Mahomes, we are sorry that we set boundaries that you try to ignore. Oftentimes people with unearned status and a sense of entitlement think they are above the rules, and will lash out at the employee enforcing them. We are sorry we cannot seat your very large group. As you probably saw, our bar is very small. We are sorry that you have the reach that you do, or at least that you think you do, and that instead of using it for something positive, you decide to use it and try to crush a small business. We survived a global pandemic. We will survive your ego. We are sorry you didn't reach out to us first before taking to social media, but then again, that is an expectation that we would have for a mature and rational person, not someone who pours water on fans and dances on the memorials of tragically lost people for TikTok clout. We have not been fortunate enough to be born into a much more talented and much more famous family, but we would like to think that if we did have that much luck, we would use our influence in more responsible ways. We hope our apology finds you well.
I fucking love whoever wrote that. It's the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, that was
Dude,
great.
it doesn't get much better than that.
It's fucking awesome.
It really
Fuck
doesn't.
that guy.
Fuck
that guy.
Like, you want to talk about entitlement and guys thinking that they are so much better than what they are.
You are nothing. Your brother is a fucking quarterback of the NFL. You are nothing.
And you know what pisses me off too is that I feel like it's so obvious that he uses his brother for
His brother puts up with the bullshit.
And honestly, God bless Pat Mahomes for putting. In fact, he must have the patience of a saint. His
Either
brother,
that
his
or
wife,
we don't know shit behind closed doors. One of the two.
Bro, his family has to. That family holidays must be hell. I would hate to be in that room when they all get together. But there was a TikTok he made where he dapped him up on the sidelines, Pat Mahomes, and he looks into the camera and gives a look like, yeah, I dapped up Pat Mahomes. That's your fucking brother.
Yeah, it's like, dude.
No one gives a fuck. Sure, you just high-fived, you dapped up your brother.
Did you see Pat Mahomes' face during it? He's just pissed off that he's dapping up his brother.
Dude, and regardless of whether he said, I didn't mean it,
I
didn't
guarantee
know
you
if he
Patrick Mahomes fucking...
There's
can't
got to be a
stand his
point.
brother.
There's got to be a point where if he hasn't already, where he kind of says to his brother, you either cut this shit out or you're not tagging along with me anymore. Because you have to protect your image at the end of the day. Pat Mahomes, he has.
I guarantee you Patrick Mahomes does something for this bar or something and something whatever.
Yeah,
I guarantee you
to make it right, because this was fucked up.
I guarantee you it.
He's
I know I would do it.
He's danced on Sean Taylor's number 21 memorial thing. He said, I didn't mean it. I didn't know it was being disrespectful. It doesn't matter, dude.
Also,
and you do know.
You
were there the
fucking
weekend
know.
that they retired
You
the guy's
fucking
jersey.
know.
You
Shut
fucking
up.
knew.
You fucking
You
know.
know it's disrespectful. You're dancing on how do you have that little of
You're doing
wherewithal?
a TikTok dance.
That's like
on a
Terrell
guy's
Owens
memorial.
saying, I didn't mean to dance on the fucking Dallas Cowboy star.
Right. I mean, it's just absolute ridiculous. I hate this guy.
Me too.
He is just... He's a lot. He's not even a lot. He's just a douchebag.
The thing that I don't understand, and again, maybe there's something that we don't know, or especially I don't know, but why does everybody follow this guy? Because he's Patrick Mahomes' brother? I'm pretty sure Tom Brady's sisters don't get that many follows. I mean, I'm just saying,
No, I agree.
Aaron Rodgers' brother doesn't get that many follows.
Well, they don't talk to each other.
Funny you mentioned Aaron Rodgers. There was this
Great meme.
tweet. It was a meme. It was Pat Mahomes whenever something with his brother comes up, and it's Pat Mahomes' face fading into Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers basically just disowned his entire family. He just hates his family.
that whole story's ridiculous.
That's a crazy story
Pat
there.
Mahomes also, don't do anything. Just let this happen. Whatever. Do something in the off season. Focus on football.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
right.
talk about this right
the
now.
thing with Pat Mahomes, and I feel
That's the
bad
thing.
for
He
the
don't
guy.
need these distractions.
He's got enough
Exactly.
on his plate already. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like, this guy doesn't need these distractions.
This winning streak started when Jackson Mahomes wasn't going to the games too. By the way.
And
You
it just
realize
stayed
that
way.
you know it's gonna happen next week, right?
What's
and
that?
the when Kansas City, you know how like the media they'll do interviews with the players during the week, like the Patriots they'll interview Jones or whatever
think they'll
or
ask him
radio
questions about
You don't
it?
think they're gonna ask him questions about this?
And it's,
Come
and
on.
it's stupid because he has nothing to do with the
Yeah.
situation. Like, why are you going to ask him questions about his brother? Here, you can finish this one when I start.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Instead of letting it sit there. Yeah,
Hey, you
no,
can
they
finish this
probably
one.
will.
Hey, wipe his fucking nose from my Clay,
Yeah,
right?
I think I gotta take a shit in a little bit. You want to wipe
Lord,
my ass
yeah.
too? No, but yeah, they probably will ask him a question about
course
that,
they're
which
gonna.
is stupid because he has nothing to do with it. But yeah, this isn't gonna be the last
100%
thing.
gonna ask him.
This isn't gonna be the last thing we hear about Jackson Mahomes either. Unfortunately, I mean, he's gonna stay relevant because of his brother and because of social media. Going back to what you said, I think he's well known as well because of TikTok. It's not saying
He's
it's
got a shit
easy,
ton of
but
followers
He's
on
got a
TikTok.
shit ton of
I
followers.
would-
on
Doesn't he have like
TikTok.
over 30 million followers or some
No,
bullshit?
he doesn't even have a million.
I'll check.
Are you
It's
sure?
way over.
I'll
a million.
check.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
Like, the last time I checked, which is pretty recent, it was like 980,000.
There's no way.
Let me look. Jackson Mahomes. He has 996.8,
Holy shit! What do you know?
so he's close.
So we got more than that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Fuck you,
fuck him.
Jackson.
Also, there
He
is-
goes- all right, can I-
I would
one-
easily take a night in prison to punch this guy in the face.
his bio on. If I read you his bio, you might
I
go to
hate this
prison.
guy so much.
He goes, "Sup? I get bullied a lot, but I'm still here."
Good. You should get bullied. Don't bully people, but everyone bully Jackson Mahomes. I hate this guy. Put him in lockers.
Gets
If you ever
bullied.
see Jackson Mahomes near a locker, shove him in it.
He gets bullied. You're dancing on dead players' memorials. Get the fuck out of here with that bully bullshit. But okay, let's move on from this because
Fuck
this
you, Jackson
fuck
Mahomes.
Jackson Mahomes. I think we all in agreement there.
Alright, perfect.
Let's talk about someone not much better, but a little better. Jake Paul. Jake Paul, the
He's-
fights this weekend.
Yeah, he's kind of fine nowadays.
I, you
he
know,
used to suck, but he's like.
Here's the
fine
thing.
now.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I like Jake Paul because I don't. I respect him. I respect him and his brother for what they do. They make a shit ton of money doing a lot of shit talking, fighting a lot of trash opponents. They are great businessmen. I respect the hell out of it. He's kind of funny.
He's
guy-
also not that bad anymore.
He's pretty funny. I actually think I like him more than Logan. I don't know why. I just never really liked Logan Paul
They
that
kind of
much.
built their following on being insufferable douchebags, and then they kind of settled in, realizing that they already they did what they needed to do to get there, and now
here
they're
they
just
are.
kind of now they're just like
They're just riding the wave right
Yeah.
now.
Just doing what they want now.
Yeah, literally. So Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley, they're fighting tomorrow night, as well
Most of
as
them.
Darren Williams and Frank Gore, because that's the opening match. So
a
just a
lord.
little side note, Darren Williams said after this fight he's retiring from boxing.
What,
You
dude?
never had a career. This is the
Oh
only
my
boxing match
goodness.
you've ever had in your life.
Is there beef between these two guys, or is this just
No,
a?
I think it was just randomly put together. I think it was like, all right, let's make a list of guys that maybe want to fight. Whoever says yes, we'll put them together. And that,
Would be
I mean, there's
funny.
no height. There's no similarities in height. There's no
Yeah.
similarities in weight. There's no similarities in the sport they played. It's just you took two names out of a hat and said, all right, these are the guys that fight.
I love it.
So the reason why I brought up Jake Paul is because he says that he is planning on joining MMA in the future. He is 100% joining MMA in the future, and he is going to be trained by Khabib and his team. And they already agreed to this.
What?
So, days away from his match, he says in the press conference, I believe it was, people seem to forget that I was a state wrestler, Division I in Ohio, one of the hardest wrestling states. I don't see why if I can do boxing at this high of a level, I couldn't do MMA at this high of a level. I'm gonna get coached by Jav Mendez, Team Khabib, and that's that. They're down 100%. And he's gonna be training at the American Kickboxing Academy, which I believe is in Florida. Training with that guy Mendez trained Daniel Cormier and Khabib, and
Damn.
as well as other rising stars as well. So he's gonna get proper training, which is sick. And then Woodley heard about this, or I don't know if this was at the press conference. He said it after when Woodley was there. I'm not sure, but Woodley says, "You will lie. Let's do MMA then. Let's do this MMA after we do this boxing, so I can elbow you in the head and knee you in the nugget." When he says nugget, his head? Is that what he means by nugget? I took that as like his dick at first, but I don't think you can't do that in MMA, so that's probably not what he meant. But yeah,
wasn't Tyron Woodley
he was
UFC?
That's what he was. He wasn't. He was never a boxer. He was a UFC fighter. He was a good UFC fighter.
Good,
he was in his prime, but he wasn't like a. He wasn't much of a combat guy. He was more of a technician type of
He contended
MMA
for
fighter.
a few belts, though, right?
He was the world champ at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the world champ. Here,
Perfect.
I'll pull up what his history, whatever he has. Yeah, he was a former UFC welterweight champion. He defended it 4 times.
Damn.
He has a black belt.
Yeah, I mean, how old's Jake Paul? It's a little late to get in the MMA
So
game
Woodley
now.
is
24,
39. Jake Paul's young. I think like 23, 24. You're right. I love how when you pull up Jake Paul, his bio, it just says like American boxer. He's 24. He's turning 25 next month. Actually, exactly 1 month. So he's very young. Yeah, I mean, you got guys like Daniel Poirier is probably at the prime of his career right now, and he's 33. So I mean, you usually when you're in your early to mid 30s is when you're really like, I'd say, at your best or like towards your best. So I mean, he has plenty of time. If he wants to get in MMA, even if like training takes a few years, like he has plenty of time. So he has a 27-19 MMA record. Knocked out 7 guys, submitted 5, 7 by decision. He has a good track record. He wasn't a bad fighter. But yeah, so I think that was pretty interesting. Jake Paul kind of, is probably getting sick of this boxing stuff, saying, what's the next thing I'm going to do?
MMA. Why not?
People just don't want to do it anymore.
People don't want to fight him. I don't know. I mean, if the money's there, I mean, like, I wouldn't. If I was, like, who was the first guy he fought?
Was it Nate Robinson?
No, not him. The former, the guy that fought Masvidal and he got knocked out. Ben Askren.
Yeah, Ben Askren.
Ben
yes,
Askren.
yes,
Like,
yes.
if I'm someone like Ben Askren, like some low-key guy, I'm getting offered like $500K a mil to fight him. Like,
Of course.
I'm taking that.
Yeah,
Come on.
Akron definitely took a dive.
Oh, 100%. I bet Jake Paul was like, I'll give you an extra like 100K or something if you take a dive. I mean, why not?
I'd like to see Jake Paul take one good licking before he gets out of boxing, though,
I want to see him lose once in boxing.
Yeah.
I think that would be it. Either he goes out on top in
play Floyd
boxing,
Mayweather.
or he loses and then decides to go over. But I think it's pretty interesting. He can do a little bit of both. Why not? The Paul brothers, at this point, I guess, like we said, they're just doing whatever the fuck they want. And people let them.
Why not?
People let them.
It's entertaining.
It is entertaining. At the end of the day, it's entertaining. I mean, I'm probably going to end up watching I'm not going to buy it, but I'll end up, no, of course I'm going to buy it. Why would I, how would I watch it if I don't buy it? No, I'm going to watch it tomorrow night probably, but like.
You're going to watch it over the Patriots
are
game.
on.
Well, this is going to be on at like 12 at night.
Oh, yeah.
Because
You
it's
gonna bet on
late.
it?
No, I mean, the odds are probably ridiculous. I can check if there's even odds up now, but I mean, Jake Paul's probably a heavy favorite. You want to check, Mike? Yeah. Thank you. So yeah.
I was going to say, fucking choosing that over the Pats game?
No, I would watch the Pats. Pats are on at 8:15. We'll assume that game ends at 11. The fights probably start at 11:30, 12.
Yeah,
It'd
that
probably
sounds right.
It would work out. But all right. Well, Mike pulls those numbers up.
Minus 240, Jake Paul.
Yeah, he's gonna
Does that
win.
mean he's favored?
Yes.
So,
Really?
one basketball topic, just a quick basketball topic I want to throw in there. Kevin Durant has been on an absolute tear the last few games.
I heard about this.
So his last 3, this is just 3. I'm going to get into a bigger sample size, but his last 3 games, right now the Nets are not in a great place because they only have 8 guys. A bunch of guys are out with COVID, James Harden being one of them, LaMarcus Aldridge. Basically, Kevin Durant and Blake Griffin are the only 2 notable guys still on the roster healthy right now, and Blake Griffin isn't notable by any means anymore. In his last 3 games, Kevin Durant is averaging 39.7 points, 9.3 assists, 10.3 rebounds, and shooting 50% from the field.
Also, here he's playing a shit ton of minutes.
He is playing a shit ton of minutes. He has to be the one that shoots the ball, like, for the most part for this team. But he had 51 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 34, 13, and 11, and last night 34, 11, and 8, and all
Jesus
wins.
Christ.
That's the crazy thing too, is it's not that he's just putting up the numbers, but they're winning.
Yeah.
And they really shouldn't be because of how like little players that they have. He's the first Nets player to lead the team in points, rebounds, and assists in three straight games since the 70s. He's putting up crazy numbers for the Nets. He's averaging the most points in the NBA right now. He has the best shooting percentage for a guy shooting as much as he does. I don't know if most field goal attempts. There was a tweet, I can't find it, but he's leading the league in a ton of statistics right now. And what I'm trying to get at is we've been talking about Steph Curry being the MVP, and rightfully so. Absolutely, he deserves to be in that conversation. But all I'm saying is that it's going to come down to Steph or KD, and it's going to be very, very close. If they keep up the way they're playing, it's going to go down to
Which one's going to stay healthy?
by a few. It's going to come down to who can stay healthy. That is a big thing as well. If both these guys stay healthy, and at the end of the year you're going off of whatever their averages are, it's going to come down to a few votes. I don't think this is going to be like Jordan was talking about Steph Curry being unanimous MVP.
Dude,
Not happening.
He's never.
You're gonna
Jordan's
have
listening
because
Jesus
Kevin
Christmas, buddy.
Durant, Giannis and Jokic. Jokic right now has the best PR in NBA history. Points. It's points efficiency rating. So it's basically how well your team performs when you're on the court. He has a 34 PER, and the highest in NBA history is 31.
Damn.
Yeah. Dude, they're the other way around. They're awful without him. Jokic is like, this is like what happened with Steph last year. Steph was really good on an iffy team. Jokic is the best player on an iffy team. That's the only reason why he's not in this conversation. But Kevin Durant, he's leading the league in points, 29.6 points per game, 769 total points, 62% true shooting percentage. So that's like free throws, 3-point field goal efficiency. Leading the league in total field goals, 2-point field goals, 5th in PER. I mean, it's just ridiculous what he's doing right now. Two of the best players in the world. If you told me right now to tell you who the best player is between Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, I don't think I can give you an answer. I don't.
I think it's KD.
I've always said KD. Like, even going into this year, I said KD. I just think he can do things that, like, Steph Curry can shoot the ball better than anyone in history.
You got to pick one. You signed one player this year to help you win a championship. Who are you picking? You got to pick one.
I think Durant can do
I think I got to
more.
do Durant.
Yeah.
I'd pick Durant, I think, because as great as Steph Curry is, he's the greatest shooter in the NBA, best shooter of all time. There is no debate about that, but it's just Kevin Durant can do more. Kevin Durant's a 7-foot wing player that has a handle. He can bring the ball up. He can shoot. He can shoot from Curry range. He just doesn't. He doesn't have to, I should say. We joke about this all the time. I think Kevin Durant, in my opinion, is the most naturally gifted scorer in NBA history. There's just no one that his size that has the abilities that he does. Him and Wilt, I think, are the two best scorers ever. But if someone like Kevin Durant played in like the 80s, dude, they would arrest him after a game. He would be burned at the stake. They'd arrest him for witchery. They'd think he was a witch for doing the things that he does. He is just one of those guys that you are going to see someone like him either ever again or for a very long time. Him and Steph are two of those guys that's like I love watching them play because I just understand that these are two of the best players that have ever played the game, and I love just watching them play. You just have to appreciate it. So regardless of who wins the MVP, I mean, it just says a lot about both of them, that how close it's going to be, how great of a season both of them are having. So I'd hate to be a voter this year. I really would, especially if they either get hurt and it comes down to just picking who you think is the best. Because the other thing, too, is before we move on to this, because I know I've been talking about this for a little bit, but the Warriors are the number 1 seed in the West. The Nets are the number 1 seed in the East. It's not like the Nets are not as good they're not a top seed or whatever. Like, they're the best players on the best teams in the NBA. There's not a guy that really has an edge over the other at this point. It's just a coin flip, really, in my opinion. But yeah, so that's what's going on in the NBA right now. Nothing new with Ben Simmons. I can't report on that. Nothing going on there.
What are the Lakers up to these days?
Lakers
signed Isaiah Thomas.
Oh yeah, Isaiah Thomas signed with the Lakers.
Because like half the team's in COVID protocol.
Yeah, so he got signed to the hardship
10-day
exception.
contract, 10-day COVID protocol. It makes sense.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. He had dropped 42 in the G League. They just had a draft. They have this draft every year for like guys that aren't signed to G League teams, and he got drafted to the Lakers. Dropped 42 in his first game. Got signed. I've always loved Isaiah Thomas. I do believe he can still play and belongs in the
You
NBA.
still had to make that trade 2 or 3 years ago.
100%. You don't think about it.
You have to make that trade.
Nick, and you don't. If you go back in time and you still know what happens, you still
have to make that trade.
It was an obvious trade. As much as I love Isaiah, you gotta do what's best for your team, and that's what Danny Ainge.
By far, that was what was
He
best
did.
for the
You
team.
talking about the point guard that was in the Celtics for a little bit?
Yeah.
He was he was only there for 2.5 years, and like he is one of the most beloved like players in Celtics. Well, at least from my like generation, he was one of my favorite players ever. Period.
I just think here's the thing. I'm not taking anything away from what happened that year. He played with a torn labrum in his hip. He played with some other injury. I forget
he
about
chipped his
sister.
tooth. His sister died.
His sister died. Like there was. I'm not taking anything away from that season. I remember that. I watched it. Blah blah. But is he really that good?
He was only that good in Boston because he got the chance. Yeah, I mean,
Is he really that good?
that
Because he's
team-
done nothing since.
As crazy as it sounds, that team was built around that 5'9" point guard. They put defenders around him. They put like the right players around him. He had Al Horford. He had a young Jalen. He had Avery Bradley at the time, a young Marcus Smart. Team was good, but he wasn't. At the end of the day, he wasn't the guy that you were going to win a championship with him being your best player. At the time, you thought Kyrie could be that guy, and for a little bit, you thought you could.
Because you got him, and then you got Gordon Hayward, and you're like, all right, we might be able to
On
make
paper,
some noise
you
here.
thought that was going to be the case, and we all know how that happened. But I do think, unfortunately, this is just
We
a
were
10-day.
fucked with Hayward as soon as he fucking broke his leg. We were
As soon
fucked.
as that shit happened, it was
over.
It was
What's he up to nowadays?
doing well in Charlotte. He actually had 40 points the other night.
Small market. That's where he belongs. He don't. That's the other thing too. I don't think he was a big market kind of guy.
He's not one of those guys that does well with the media like Boston. I don't think the pressure of playing in a city like Boston as well as expectations, because he shouldn't have, and it's not his fault necessarily. The media put way too many expectations on him coming back from an injury like that. They shouldn't have. But
You're in Boston.
you're in Boston.
That's
It's
what's
going to
gonna
happen. He's better off in a small market.
They
like you
literally,
said.
when Brady tore his ACL, they literally said, "Pick up right where you left off. Go."
Yeah. That's just how Boston is, and it's always going to be like that.
Brady did.
He did. But yeah, he's doing well. But I do think Isaiah Thomas, this is just going to be a 10-day thing unless another team signs him. I unfortunately think this is going to be a short-term thing. But all right, let's move on from basketball. A few topics before we talk about the NFL, Week 15. A German man slipped and fell while working from home, and the court agrees that he's entitled to workers' compensation.
Oh, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here.
He's on the clock.
He was on the clock, yeah. So he was, he broke his back.
Oh.
He slipped while walking a few meters from his bed to his home office, and he can claim on workplace accident insurance that he was technically commuting. He was commuting to work.
Hey, I'm commuting to the bathroom, and I fell and I broke my hip taking a shit.
So he was working from home, and on his way to his desk, one floor below his bedroom, the federal social court, which oversees Social Security issues, said in its decision, they noted immediately without... Wait, hold on. The court noted that the employee usually started working in his home office immediately without having breakfast beforehand, but did not explain why that was relevant to the case. Okay.
All right.
I think it's just that they knew his
How do you
routine.
slip and fall?
I'm trying to...
A couple feet away from your bed from the home office. How does that even happen?
It
Stepped
said
on the
that he
cat,
just
yeah.
slipped. So the federal court said if the insured activity is carried out in the household of the insured person or at another location, insurance cover is provided to the same extent as when the activity is carried out at the company premises. The ruling said the law applied to teleworking positions, which are computer workstations that are permanently set up by the employer in the private area of the employees. Yeah, so the guy slipped and fell on his home, and he's getting paid for it. All this insurance is covering it.
You love
Not
to see other
bad.
people living out their dreams.
Not bad.
Living out your dream.
Living out my dreams.
Hey, John.
Whatever.
What are we talking about, sweetheart?
So this guy in Germany slipped. He works from home, got up from bed, slipped and fell on his way to his desk, and he's getting workers' compensation.
How do we do that?
I work from home on Monday. Oh no, I broke my back. How'd that happen?
I almost had that in Chipotle yesterday. I walked in, slippery floor.
No,
went down.
yeah, no wet floor sign.
No wet floor sign. Almost went down, but my instincts kicked in. I saved myself. I should have just been a huge bitch and went down. in the
Mike, you
fetal
should have went
position.
down.
I know.
You should have went
Slip and
down.
sue.
They don't have the wet floor sign.
I know. I'm an
That's
idiot.
on
I should've
them.
went down.
Too bad
And I
you're
got
an
laughed at.
absolute
Too.
ass.
You guys that were sitting
No.
right there chuckled, and I was like, oh, nice. Now
You should have actually fell after that. Be like, oh, I'm the one getting money now.
So,
You get
What do
for
you
being
think?
an athlete.
Do you have any thoughts on
just
this?
pure
No.
athleticism.
So yeah, good for that guy.
Yeah, living out all of our dreams.
Next topic. This actually isn't the weirdest topic on here. So Kraft, the company that they make cream cheese, mac and cheese, all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, you've heard of Mr. Kraft, Robert Kraft.
Is it?
No, it's not him.
That would have blown my mind.
Wait, that's not his company?
No.
I don't
No.
think No. No.
How do you make his money then?
His wife had the money. His wife had the money.
What else does he do?
What else does this guy
Tell
do
me it's not
besides
mac and
making
cheese
mac
money?
and cheese? We'll figure this out later. We'll do some research later. So Kraft, the company, not Robert Kraft, will pay you for not make cheesecake because there is a cream cheese shortage and they're paying people to not buy cream cheese. There are select stores where they are offering people $20 to not buy the product.
All right, two things.
Yep.
There's a shortage of everything.
Yep.
Stupid.
Isn't that crazy?
Second
Chicken
of all, did you say
10.
you to cream cheese?
Huh?
You say you to cream cheese?
No, I said like easy. I won't buy it. Like run me my money.
Then you were about the beef. If you
Cream
didn't like
cheese is
cream
amazing. I
cheese,
love
oh,
cream cheese.
It's unbelievable. You
Um,
get a spoonful.
You know,
I don't know about that.
I can like do a little, maybe like one little spoonful, but like more than one.
The thing that blows my mind about this is like, how do we even get to this point that we have shortage of fucking cream cheese?
We're short on everything, dude. If you go to fucking Panera, it's a 50-50 shot if you get mac and cheese or not at this
It's
point.
the second time you've brought this up. This
That's
week.
bullshit.
Get it all out.
Bullshit. It's so like mac and cheese is one of the staples of Panera. Like
It
when
is
you
really fucking
like,
good.
You
it's
know they boil it in a bag, right?
I don't give a shut up, Brian.
up.
All right, all these food places do some sketchy shit with their food. All right, at this point, I understand
McDonald's
the
can
things that eat.
spit in my McChicken.
They could spit
and I'll
in my
still eat.
burger and I'll eat it because it's delicious.
Unbelievable.
So they could. I was gonna say something gross, but I'm not.
Oh, because spitting in you is gross.
No, I was gonna say something.
Slap
far
your dick
worse
on it
than
and
that.
fucking
Oh,
eat it?
my
Dude, the Big Mac
God.
sauce, I could find out they put something in there. I'm still gonna eat it. The Big Mac sauce is
Oh.
A
delicious.
McDonald's employee could spit in my mouth, and
And I'll love it. I'll say, do it again. I'll say, do it one more time.
I'll say big thank you.
Well, I mean,
You want to work overtime?
Taco Bell has. I mean, we know it. They pump horse meat. Taco Bell, they pump horse meat into their food. I mean,
What?
you didn't know, bro? Like, there was a report that
Good thing
came
I don't
out a
go
few
there.
years
Horse
ago
is
that
fire,
like
then.
40% of their food is like
Gonna
fake,
say,
like
horses
artificial
really
stuff.
doesn't sound that bad.
Whatever.
Hey, I mean, it's obvious it's good. People keep going back for more.
I don't give a fuck what is in anything that I eat. If it's good, I'm gonna eat.
Dude, we're gonna die one day anyway.
Like I'm a gangbang.
What's the-
Give me all of it.
What's the weirdest thing you guys eaten, or like strangest thing you guys eaten, or strangest meat? You know, like if you've eaten horse meat, or I don't know, like I don't know,
Chicken heart.
chicken heart.
Chicken heart. Fogo.
How was
Chicken
it?
hearts.
Wow, I didn't know you could do that.
I've had frog
Chicken
legs
hearts.
before.
Had frog legs?
Frog
I'll have a
legs.
chicken.
Have you, is there any part of the chicken you can't eat? Someone was telling me about chicken feet.
I wouldn't eat
other
the
day.
balls.
Yeah, people make stew
Huh?
out of
Well,
chicken.
I wouldn't
feet.
eat the balls.
Wouldn't or you can't?
I wouldn't.
Just do chickens have balls? Let's
I mean-
not
Oh,
brush-
yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I mean, safe assumption, yes,
I don't
but
know. Dude.
I don't
they
have an
They
answer.
lay eggs. They don't like the chickens. Fuck.
Well-
chickens fuck. How do eggs work?
I'm tweeting
Like,
that.
do you
one.
fuck?
Yes, chickens fuck,
Chickens
dude.
fuck. Have you
Yes.
ever seen chicken fuck?
No, I haven't seen it, but I mean, how else?
How do you
I've
think they
never
make the
seen.
nuggets?
All right, I'll
man?
go on record to say I've never seen two chickens fuck before.
I
but
really
that
hope
doesn't-
you
Almost
don't.
certain they just like make an egg and top it up.
How does the egg get made?
That's got to get there somehow. I mean, they don't just like. It doesn't just grow in their stomach. Like something's got to be in there
So
for it to
chickens
grow.
fuck, All right.
I don't know. We have a lot of things to look up.
Have you guys ever had escargot? Snails?
No. Oh, we've
Negative.
talked about
Really,
that
really
before.
good.
We've talked about that before.
They're
Isn't that like a
absolutely-
very like a delicacy kind of, or like they're kind of expensive to get?
Salty?
I don't know.
We've talked about that with Joey before. He said he like had to spend like 20. Maybe it wasn't Joey. Someone said they spent like money to like $20 to get an order of it or something
$20 is not. Oh, what?
for like an appetite. Like, but
That's not
like
that-
we
that's
looked
not
at the
that much.
bowl. What's it called again?
Escargot. I don't know. I forget where I had it, but it's like.
And
they're
I'm not-
Snails,
oh,
they
here it
come in a
is.
little circle thing. And
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're like in this like garlic.
I would
butter.
definitely try this.
It's really really good.
I would definitely try these. They look pretty good. I mean, if you like seafood, it kind of reminds me of like mussels or something like that, kind of, or like
Yeah, it's like the same
something like
consistency.
that, same consistency, and I like
I'll
mussels.
just go shut it off.
Mussels are bomb.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Escargot
With
is
like
really,
hot
really good,
melted
too.
butter or something like that. Oof, forget about
Oof.
it. So yeah,
Ryan, how about you? Weirdest food?
I can't really think of anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm not really. I'm not very what do they call it? Adventurous when it comes to.
Yeah.
Branch
I,
out.
don't, I really don't. I don't branch out at all.
There's a lot in the food world that has.
Dude,
to
I
offer.
know what I like. I get what I like.
Same.
Like,
Dude, the other day.
I love how these two have an egg maker and they both have headphones.
Yeah.
Dude, the other day I was like,
Hours.
I was like making a turkey burger, and I don't trust myself to just like cut open the meat and like look at like, oh, like it's not pink anymore. Like I just like am paranoid because I'm just paranoid I'm gonna give myself food poisoning. So I bought a meat thermometer.
Oh, good move.
And thank you.
Smart person.
And then so I'm cooking her up, and it's been like 15 minutes, and I'm like this guy like 9 minutes, and I think probably closer to 18.
15 minutes for a turkey burger?
Yeah. Well, so listen. So
Did you turn the stove on?
Huh?
Did you turn the stove on?
Stove was off.
Oh, you're doing, I thought you were doing this on the grill. I was like, what?
no,
the
like
fuck?
skillet, like whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm doing like 9 minutes each
So you
side, and I'm like, this
fucking burned
thing's,
that motherfucker on a
this
grill
thing's
if you put
gotta
that
be
one.
done. So I'm putting the meat thermometer in it, and it's only reading like 150, and it's supposed to be like 165 minimum. So I'm like, geez, so I'm going for like another 5 minutes, and like I even cut it open, and it's like it looks fine inside, but I'm like, I'm putting the trust in the meat thermometer because I bought the meat thermometer, I made the decision, so I'm putting all my paranoia in the meat thermometer. So it's not, huh?
Do not turn the meat thermometer on.
Well, no, it was on. No, because it was reading. Like it was a digital one, and it's only reading like 150. I think because like the turkey burger is like too thin.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, after like 25 minutes of cooking this thing,
Jeez.
You needed
I'm like,
to
this
take out
guy's
this
gotta
part.
be done.
I mean, come on.
This guy's got. So I take it off, and then like, but I'm still paranoid about it. So I like take a few bites, and then in my head I'm like, well, it never read 165. So I think I ate like half of it and just kind of freaked myself out. And I was like, I can't do it. So I was nervous. I gave myself food poisoning.
Turn up the heat at all?
Oh, that puppy was blasting.
Yeah.
Medium.
That turkey burger it must have been dry as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, it couldn't
that's how I
have
like
been
her.
that good. Oh, okay.
Thank God I don't smoke weed because
Hey,
I'm
John.
so paranoid.
I like a what? I like a what?
Sneak.
Kevin, let me say it. Thank you.
Just a little.
I also had turkey burgers last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you? I got some garlic powder on it, little
Oh, yeah.
paprika on it.
Oh yeah, mix it in a bowl. You put it in a bowl, crack an egg in there so it sticks together
Ooh.
better. Feta, onions, garlic powder, salt, pepper.
Yeah, I sauteed some onions too with it.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Look at you, Chef
gonna-
John. Look at
I'm
you.
gonna say something. I'm gonna say something, and I know Mike's gonna get mad at me.
You don't prefer turkey.
I've never
burgers,
had
huh?
a turkey burger
Oh,
before.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
about that.
okay.
Yeah, it's not like
I've
turkey
never-
burger isn't something you
Yeah,
never had.
I
it, like,
thought you were gonna say you prefer a turkey burger over a regular burger.
No,
Nah,
no,
I actually probably would have smacked. There
no,
would have been,
no.
there would have been a physical altercation.
Well, I would get my ass kicked. No, I've
I
just.
mean, I'm right behind you. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Thanks, Sean. I got you, bro. No, I've just never like. I've never been presented one. Like I've never been like.
They're fine.
Like I don't have an issue with them. I've never tried them, so I can't say they're bad.
They
I've never
really,
had
they
one.
got a lot of protein. Turkey
Yeah.
burgers have a lot of protein.
compared to like regular burgers.
I don't know if I'd say compare. They just
For sure, red
they
meat
have a
has more.
lot of protein.
They're good for you.
Yeah.
They're
Yes,
not unhealthy.
Dude, it's every day. It's every fucking day. We start talking about food, and I wake up and I say, I'm not gonna get Chipotle today.
Oh, Mike,
And
I'm
then-
getting Chipotle today
and then
too.
we talk about food. And
Mike,
now
get
I'm
butts.
starving.
Get butts.
That's Chipotle day.
If I get Chipotle today, that's 10 straight work days of me getting Chipotle.
No, you see.
You haven't skipped a day this week of getting Chipotle?
No.
All
Or
5 days.
last week.
Or last week.
2 weeks in a row straight.
I mean, you gotta finish 2 weeks. quick.
How
You
many?
just have
At
to
this
do it.
point, it's almost a record.
I feel like shit when I get it like twice a week. You get it.
I don't feel good.
That's.
How many points you racking up?
Dude, you have
I
to
still
have.
don't have an account.
No,
What are you doing?
Every time I
kidding
sign
me?
in, what do the points
Mike,
get me?
You get
free
free
meal. Mike, you
It's too
could
late now.
Dude, I'm not
It's
even
too late
kidding.
now.
You want to use my account?
Oh my god, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. You get Chipotle that much and you don't have an account?
No, I just always sign in as a guest.
You know how many free meals you could have gotten by now? You
It's too late. It's too late.
Dude, you could have had, all right, out of these last, the 10 work days, you probably could have had 2 free meals. Not even kidding.
I will say, Mike, it is so much more convenient going.
Oh my God, dude. Can I
it's
make
so
you an
much
account?
more
Can I
convenient.
make you an
Had
account?
the chips and guac flip-flops by now.
You could have gotten flip-flops.
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
being so down.
Hold up. There's flip flops.
Fuck!
I'm almost halfway there.
God
Bro.
damn it.
Oh
I
my
would
God,
love
Don't
chips.
beat
sweating
yourself
right
up
now.
too hard. That's for one time.
Dude,
really love
I'm
chips and
sweating
guac
right now. I'm actually like
flip-flops.
sweating
I'm
right
soaked.
now. Can I make you an account? Like, can I?
Sure.
Did you want to
Do
use
have
my
your
account?
old receipts? Can you like backlog it? And
I don't, probably not. I mean, if they see his receipts, they wouldn't. I mean, they'd lose all their. They'd give him out like 10 million bowls for free.
so many points.
Bro, that's the craziest thing. Oh my God.
Oh man, I didn't know any of this.
Take
Dude.
that time. I'm gonna put that.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Holy
any of this.
shit, dude.
To Mike's defense, I have to agree with him on this. I've tried the whole Chipotle app thing. It's such a fucking pain
They
in the
have an
ass.
app?
Just going as a guest.
Yes, dude, it's so convenient. You just click a button. You have your
Big Apple
previous
has an
order.
app.
You hold down the button, order, put in the
I
time,
didn't
go and
know
pick it
that.
up.
You don't have to like redo putting your order. You just Mike's order, like what you always get.
Are
Or
you
whatever.
kidding me?
Yeah,
It
it's
takes
only
me like
2 buttons.
It takes me like a good solid 5 minutes every day. It's like my credit card number in.
They make it so easy for you. Oh my God, bro. I'm sweating right now.
It's so hard, and he still does it 10 times a month.
You could just put in your favorite burrito, your favorite bowl. You click which
And they
one you want
remember
the
me?
next time. Yes, every single time.
Do I remember my credit card information?
Yes, you put it in once, you're good to go.
Dude,
Wipe
like,
your hands.
I-
You can get followers and friends on
God
it.
damn it! Like during the it approaches like 11:20. I'm like,
Dude.
all right, I gotta make sure I got like 5 minutes right now to like sit
Dude,
down,
I
get my
got,
credit card out.
you get bonus points. I got bonus points for getting it 4 weeks in a row. They're gonna give you bonus points for getting it 10 fucking days in a row. They'd probably give you a fucking
it.
free like week's worth.
You could have had the world record at the restaurant.
They could have just you could literally be eating for free at this point. I mean, you're a very valued customer, I guess, because you
Your
keep
name
paying.
would have been on the fucking wall.
Get a plaque. You're gonna be getting a plaque
Fucking
soon.
employee of the month.
Holy
They
yeah,
probably
you don't
make
even
your
work
order
there.
before you even order it.
Yeah, like, 11:20. Mike's probably gonna show up soon.
Oh my God, that is the craziest thing, dude.
Fuck.
Oh my God, you first
too
of all,
late. It's
you
too late.
saying
I'm not
10
gonna do it
days
now.
You saying 10?
think
No,
this-
yes, you should get it
No,
now.
I think this steers you away from Chipotle,
Dude, I'm
Mike.
pretty sure they give you $5 off your first order. Fucking give me.
Well, now I'm not
All
getting
right.
Chipotle.
Before we get
'cause
Chipotle, I'm
now
getting-
gonna
oh.
boycott them
When
for not telling
I'm
me
about
this.
to put in my order, I'm coming
Boycott
down
you
here. I'm
guys.
sitting next to you. We're doing this together. We're gonna do step by step. We're making your account. You start off by saying you
I
get
can
it
just
10
download
work
the
days
app
in a
on
row.
my phone.
Or sign
like
in on
10
your
minutes.
computer.
It's
Whatever.
such a
nuts.
small app. It
This
takes
is
up no
nuts.
space. It takes up no
Mike, you don't
space.
have the app on your phone?
No. I
do
go
you
to my
order it?
browser.
Oh, your browser. That makes it so much. You have to put your credit card in every time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no,
my
I do. I actually do it on my computer. I Google order Chipotle online. This is insane. He's saying it out loud. This is insane.
Put these on. I'm going. I gotta take a walk.
You Google order Chipotle.
This is gonna be even crazy. I type in order Chipotle online.
Every single day, how to order Chipotle online.
He probably Yahoo searches it.
Yeah, it's not even Google. It's like Bing or
I
something.
type in every
I live for the points they give me out. I live to see how many points they give me out.
every day. I type in order Chipotle online.
You think you know the website? Hey, Will, talk about a fucking indictment!
My chest hurts.
You gotta hear this fucking story!
My chest is killing me.
Mike, orders Chipotle
When I say it
every
out
day.
loud, I sound like a
Types it on
fucking
Google
idiot.
Chipotle.com and says how to order Chipotle. He doesn't even use the fucking
want to think.
So good sweat.
Mike,
That means you're on the computer when you didn't know there's an app. You didn't know there's an app.
I open up my wallet. I take my credit card out. And
You just click on it, you died.
Yeah, dude. Yep. It's exactly,
One finger just
that's
fucking.
exactly what
Okay.
I do.
He puts in his credit card manually every fucking time.
I'm gonna fucking throw
I
up.
sit over there. I take my credit card. I type it in. I type in my email, my name. They They asked for my name like
No,
7 different times.
You know what they probably say at the end? They're probably like, you want to save this information? Make an account. And every time you're like, no.
Sure you don't want to make an account? Are you really positive? One of my biggest pet peeves, honestly, is having to constantly put your credit card in for like things that you've already put it in for. You do it 10 days in a row! Oh my god! Shit, that's great. Bro, I got tears in my eyes.
How do you not have your credit card memorized by now?
I have no idea.
You have to have your number memorized.
Not a clue. I don't even know what it starts with. Oh my god.
Yo,
Like sometimes Google will do like the autofill for you.
So you've gone on the computer?
oh my god.
This is
fucking crazy.
If you got Google Chrome, what do you use?
Google Chrome, I think.
You a Firefox man?
Maybe that's why they don't remember him, because it's Firefox. Oh my god. Okay, Mike, we're gonna make you an account after this. I don't care. We're making you an account.
No, I don't want to anymore.
Firmly against.
This someone in the comment goes, this is like telling your grandparents how to work an iPhone.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, whoever's commenting that.
Oh my
God damn. Oh, so they got an app, huh? God. All right.
I know what the main TikTok's gonna
Yeah,
no
dude,
shit.
my chest hurts. Like I'm not
Turkey burger
kidding.
cooking,
Okay,
right, John?
well,
How you make a turkey burger?
Yeah, how to make a turkey burger. Step one.
Oh man.
that's not what it is.
All right.
Okay, so we got
What time are we doing
football.
that today? What time are we ordering Chipotle?
Well, I usually order early, like 11. So you or 11 today.
All right.
That's good.
11. Okay.
We have video games at 10, Chipotle right after. It's perfect.
All right. Oh man.
Wow,
Tough
man.
job you got, Dante.
Huh?
Video games at 10, Chipotle at 11.
I got.
Yeah, is this
I
a
got
Saturday?
quite a day ahead of me. These are the things I would do on a typical Saturday at my house.
Dante's gonna go home. What'd you do at work today? I made a Chipotle app.
Bro.
I Chipotle and played Fortnite.
I play video games, Mama.
Yeah, I've said this before. I feel like such an asshole coming home from work. It's like my dad's an oil man, and he's like a man, and he drudges through like 3 feet of snow, dragging this heavy oil like hose, whatever. He's also 75, like refuses to retire, and then he's like, how was work today? Oh my god, it was tough. Had a bunch of TikToks, had to play Fortnite all day, and then fucking
This video of my friends playing Fortnite. It was awful.
Dante beat me guessing the wrestling theme songs.
This 12-year-old on TikTok made fun of me. It was a tough day.
I got made fun of on TikTok.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Thanks for having me.
No, thanks, John.
Yeah, sure.
Holy
Hey,
shit.
thanks for coming
I'm
down.
not
Great
even,
time to come down, John. Huh?
Oh shit.
That may have
Holy
been
shit.
one of my favorite things to happen while I'm working here, period. That was just...
I didn't realize how crazy it was until we started talking.
You're
about
missing
it.
out on free food.
Dude,
Yeah,
no, you could have had the
apparently.
flip-flops by
Yeah,
now. They
I'm
have
pretty
one
pissed
chips
about
and
that.
guac.
I don't care about the food. I'm pissed about the
I'm
flip-flops.
being so serious.
What are these flip-flops? I don't know about the flip-flops.
So one of them
fuck
says
is a
chips
flip-flop?
and the other one says guac, and they're just black flip-flops. But they're 5,000 points. And you get 1,200 points, you get a free meal.
How many
You get
points?
like, I think each meal you order, you get like 200. Bro, you could have had so much free fucking food. I'm like mad. I'm like
you get
mad thinking
you
of
get
how
like
much
free
money
chips
you
every
could
now
save.
and then too.
You get free. I've had free guac for the last like 2 months. Oh my god. Okay, let's talk about football real quick. We only got like 8 minutes left now.
We
so
gotta fly through
we gotta
this.
breeze through. Okay. Oh, okay.
Chipotle or most. Chipotle -3.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, first game, Raiders Browns tomorrow. The Browns have fucking Nick.
Are they even playing?
They shouldn't. They have Nick Mullins or something like that starting at quarterback. Case Keenum has COVID. They have 20 guys. Yeah, they have 20 guys out.
Oh wait, did you see Baker Mayfield
Yeah,
took to the NFL?
Yeah, which is he makes a good point.
Yeah, he's great.
The NFL is
What did he
just,
say?
It's all.
He was like, "This is bullshit." Like last year, you guys moved a bunch of games around when this exact same thing happened. It's happening around the league. Move the fucking games.
It's because it's close to the playoffs. The NFL doesn't want to
Yeah, I was gonna
reschedule,
say,
lose
like,
money.
what?
It's all about money.
20 guys are out on that team.
Something like that.
Out of
And
the
their
You
head
can't
coach.
field a team, a competitive team with 20 guys out.
I mean, I will see how this game goes. I will say the Browns were 3-point favorites. Now they are 3-point underdogs.
I mean, I'm hammering the
The
Raiders.
Raiders. So we're
Hammering
going
them.
Raiders 3.5. I'm going Raiders.
Yeah,
Raider
yeah,
Nation.
yeah.
Yeah, we're Raider Nation. All right. Saturday night, Patriots Colts. Colts are 2.5-point favorites, guys. I already
That's my
put
line.
my bet. I already put my bet down on
yeah.
the money line. I'm gonna put more in tomorrow, especially after the
some
Chiefs covered
plan
last
here.
night. I'm gonna be all over this game. I think the Pats are just gonna win this game straight
Yep.
up.
I do too.
Pats.
Pats,
Ryan,
Pats.
Gotcha.
Can't wait until
All
they
right.
fucking blow the Colts open.
Now we're on Sunday. Shout out to Saturday games too, by the way. I love Saturday games. We got the Panthers going into Buffalo facing the Bills. Bills are 10.5-point favorites.
Confidence pick number 1.
I think
Buffalo.
I think the Bills are going to steamroll them this week. I think coming off of 2 bad, tough losses.
They're not losing 3 in a row.
Yeah.
First of all,
Cam Newton's not beating them.
If they lose 3 in a row, they're out of the playoffs. So
Oh
they're
my God.
record-wise, they're out of the playoffs. So they
That would
need
be
to win this week. So I'm going Bills.
Yeah,
10.5.
Bills 10.5.
Next game, Nick, your other confidence pick. You got the Cardinals going into Detroit. Detroit is dealing with some COVID issues. Some guys just have the flu, but a lot of guys are out. Cardinals, DeAndre Hopkins is out for the regular season.
He'll be all right.
They've been without him for a good chunk of games.
Kyler
this
Murray's
year.
back, don't mind.
Kyler Murray's back. I'm taking Cardinals 12.5.
Yeah,
hammering.
probably should.
I think.
I gotta stop betting on the lines to cover, so I'll take the.
They
I
didn't cover-
mean, Denver beat them by fucking 20.
I
It was
know,
Denver.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's in Detroit or not. Next game, potential game of the week. You got the New York Jets going into Miami, taking on the Dolphins. Dolphins 9.5-point favorites. I mean, like the Jets do have Elijah Moore is out for the year. Corey Davis is out for the year. Michael Carter's back, the running back, so that'll give them a boost. But the Dolphins' defense has been one of, I think, top 5 defense
Yeah.
on the last 6 weeks,
Yeah, fuck it.
especially against the run. I'm
I'll
going
take the
Dolphins. It's a stupid game. It's a bullshit. I'm not gonna actually take this at all, but I'm going Dolphins.
For the sake of the show, I'm going Dolphins. I can't say the word Jets out of my mouth. Can't do it.
All right, cool. Next game, we got divisional game: Cowboys Giants in New York. I'm back up for
Mike Glennon.
Mike Glennon starting because Daniel Jones might
Be
like
dead.
be like have a serious like spinal injury. Like
Oh.
he's got his neck. He's getting a second opinion, and they think it might be a spine injury.
Oh.
And that might not be good for him. Well, it wouldn't be good for him. Not might not. It wouldn't be good for him. I'm taking Cowboys 10.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Divisional game. The Cowboys. I think that they win. They lock up the division. Just
Yep. Give me
Just
the
get it over
Cowboys.
with.
Get it over with. Yep.
next, another divisional, same division. You got Washington going into Philadelphia, taking on the Eagles. The Eagles are 9.5-point favorites.
Give me the fucking
I'm-
football team.
I'm actually like after this, I'm gonna put money on the Washington football team. Like that's ridiculous. They're
That's
They're
blasphemous.
one, and it's crazy to say they're one of the hotter teams in football right now. The Washington football team, which is crazy, but 9.5. That's ridiculous. That's
Give me the
absolutely
Washington football
ridiculous.
team.
All right, so we're taking Washington, all of us there, plus 9.5. Next game, you have Titans going into Pittsburgh Steelers. This is even.
Let's pick them.
Even. This is a pick 'em. Titans are 9-4.
It was
Steelers
1.5
6-6.
early in the week.
Lines changed. At least ESPN says it's even.
Let's pick 'em.
I'm gonna go Titans. I'm
Me
gonna go
too.
Titans.
Where is it, sorry?
It's in Pittsburgh.
That's gonna be a tough game. I honestly probably the under 43. Under might be a good bet there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Pittsburgh. I think I took the Titans on the Gen Zone.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
did.
if we talked about that game.
I did. No, we definitely
Did
did.
we?
Because I sent the picks to Johnny and his Titans.
Hmm.
I'll take the Steelers though. I'm switching my pick.
Okay, I think I said Titans. I'm just gonna go with Titans. I'm wrong with that. Nick, which one are you picking?
I'm going Titans.
Titans. All right, next game. A few more Texans Jaguars.
I just looked at the screen. I didn't see my stomach was out.
You're a mess.
It's been a tough show for me.
I think the
Why is your face
No,
so
I
red?
saw it.
No,
I'm
no.
sweating. I'm so
You're
hot.
red. You're still red from
I am
that.
hot
You're
right
very
now.
red. All right, Texans going to Jacksonville, taking on the Jaguars. Jaguars 5-point favorites.
God.
You know something? I'm hammering. This is not a
We're
confidence
jagging
pick.
off, baby.
I'm hammering
We're
Jacksonville.
jagging off, baby.
The finger,
Come on.
the
Who they
2-point
playing?
conversion is
The
no good.
Texans.
Oh, Jesus.
Both teams are 2-11, fighting for the number 2 pick in the draft because the Lions have that one locked up. I'm taking Jaguars.
I'm hammering the Jaguars.
Taking the
Yeah,
Jaguars.
they're gonna come out pretty excited that they don't have Urban Meyer.
Also, James Robinson, look out for him. I think he's gonna have a breakout
Yeah,
game.
let's do it.
The handcuffs are off. He's
Jagging
gonna be
off,
let
baby.
loose. Jagging off. All right, next game we got the Bengals going into Denver, taking on the Broncos. Broncos 2.5-point favorites. I took Denver in the Gen Zone. I'm sticking with Denver. I think they're the
I'm
better
going
team.
Cincinnati plus, too.
In Denver. I think in Denver it's a tough place to play.
Give me Cincy.
Give me Cincy.
All right. Next game we have a few more. Falcons going into San Francisco. 49ers are 9.5-point favorites.
9.5.
Yeah, I think I'm going at the 49ers. I mean, the 49ers have been playing a lot better recently. Deebo Samuel's healthy now. Elijah Mitchell's. It's a tough
Give me the
one.
Niners.
I'm
Give me
going
the
Niners. Actually, I was gonna say Falcons. I'm gonna go Niners.
Kittle better play.
Kittle's probably gonna. Yeah, is he hurt?
Kittle, they got him questionable with knee sore. He better fucking
Yeah,
play.
no, it's probably-
he better fucking play.
They're probably just letting him take it easy at practice since he's coming off an injury. So he'll probably play. So
I'm gonna go
49ers.
San Fran.
Go
Fuck
San
it.
Fran. Next game, this is another divisional matchup. Doesn't mean much though. Seahawks going to LA taking on the Rams. The Rams are only 4.5-point favorites.
Why?
I feel
So
like
weird.
it should be more. The Seahawks aren't great.
I don't
Also,
like
the
it.
Seahawks are dealing with COVID stuff right now too, so they have.
Give me the Rams.
And
Taking
DK
Rams.
Metcalf might not play.
Yeah, taking Rams here. If if they rule him out, this line's gonna go up to like 5 or 6.
That's
so.
a rat line.
Next game. Packers in Baltimore versus the Ravens.
Number 3
5.5
confidence
point.
pick right here.
Both Rodgers and Lamar Jackson questionable. Rodgers has been questionable for the last like 10 weeks.
Rodgers is playing.
He's going to play. Lamar Jackson, on the other hand, the Harborough said it is legitimately going to come down to the wire whether he plays. But here's the thing. That's not a good. You don't like hearing that in general because you know that he's going to be banged up whether he plays or not. The thing with Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers has a toe injury. He can play through that. It's not that he's not an out of a pocket
He's been dealing with it.
He's not a mobile quarterback compared to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has an ankle injury that demobilizes him. That takes out his entire game. So I'm taking Packers minus 5.5. I think that's just easy. Next game, Saints and Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay wins this. They lock up the division, I believe. And they'd have the best record in the NFC. It's a 3-way tie right now. So this is a big game.
What's the line?
11-point favorites. That's a lot of points. But I think
It's in Tampa, right?
in Tampa, I think the Buccaneers. I think that they can cover. It's a lot of points. I know
a lot of points.
it's a lot of points, and the Saints aren't terrible, but I think they can cover.
I'll take the Bucks. I can't stop betting on them.
It's Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'll
I
take the
got it.
Bucks too.
Last game Monday. No, this is Monday. We don't have to talk about it. But Vikings Bears is on Monday. Like we want to talk about that anyway.
Yeah.
But okay. That's all we got. Oh, Mike, there was one comment. We can say this really quick before we end the show. Bruins.
They lose last night.
Oh, 3-0.
Nice.
I bet the under, so I'm happy about
Nice,
that.
nice,
but
nice. Yeah, they're in COVID right now is hitting them, and they just like aren't very good.
They are in tough shape.
You see
right
that
now.
one NHL stadium said no more fans again?
Which stadium?
Forget what they said. They said for right now we're not going to have fans in the stands
Is it a
anymore.
Canadian one?
Yeah.
Oh no! Are you talking about the NBA? The Toronto Raptors. They're only 50% capacity now in Toronto.
Maybe that's what it was.
I think that.
They probably share.
Oh,
with the Maple
no!
Leafs,
yeah.
The Canadians. The Canadians.
Montreal?
Yeah, Montreal. They're doing that.
Why are you saying it like that?
The Canadians.
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 Montreal Canadiens.
That's how it's pronounced. It's
Really?
they spell it
Canadians.
Canadiens.
Canadians.
Canadian.
Canadians.
Ca-
Canadians is.
I thought you said the pandemic was over like 6 months ago.
It is.
It's
We're shutting down again, calling it.
No.
No
not talking
fucking
about
way.
it. We're not
You
talking
can't. You literally will go on a fucking pariah. Pariah.
Canadiens. It's a French twist to it. French Canadian.
Ah.
yeah.
The more you know.
Bonjour, what peut-tu
But all right, Nick.
Is that real?
I don't know. Sounded good.
Want to sign us off?
It
Nick?
did sound good. Not
It
gonna
sounded
lie.
beautiful. All right, that's all we got today. Make sure you like and subscribe. We hope you have a great weekend. You got one last weekend before Santa comes to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Oh, yeah.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Make sure you get your gifts now before it's too late. That's a wrap.
And check out Mug Shots at 5 p.m. See you guys. Boom.